because it is a tough one. Is junior year as bad as people say it is?
Don't take AP Chem. Oh, I think we know what you're gonna say.
3 a.m.s were definitely alive and well.
Oh, this is a good one. Hot girls have stomach issues. I know some people who picked up some bad habits.
How did I do that?
Yeah, I was burnt out.
Do what you think is best for yourself. This is what we did. Not saying it's good. We got Starbucks, everybody.
If you see me in a video, we're gonna have Starbucks.
Yeah, I got a pink drink.
They gave us 2 because they made it with coconut milk, even though we specifically asked for it with soy. They gave us another one.
Now we have 2. We are going to be seniors. We are
seniors.
We are seniors.
Yeah.
And that means we survived junior year. Giving you guys advice, telling you how we survived junior year because it is a tough one.
It was the hardest time period of my life.
Okay, well, first off, we go to different schools,
right?
Which I think is good for like
I agree.
This type of video because we had 2 different experiences.
Schools are very similar.
Yeah, they are,
but they're different.
But they're different in their
They're
own
different
ways.
enough.
Yeah. A regular day in my junior year life, so you can get a little idea if you relate to me or not. I mean, wake up, obviously go to school, leave school, go to
Fascinating.
dancing. Go to dancing.
Her schedule's insane. Like, it doesn't sound insane, but like it is.
I go to dance and then I get home at like 9
p.m. on a school night.
Probably stay up around like the 1 or 2 area, I'd say, on a regular night.
Okay, but that's not that bad.
Those were regular nights though.
Yeah, I see the study vlogs where she stays up till like 4 a.m.
Okay, but those were like once every 2 weeks. So like, I mean, they were consistent in there.
Yeah.
But they weren't regular.
I just want everyone to know I'm disappointed in her for doing that. No, disappointed's the wrong word because I'm glad you grinded. But like, you stayed on that, you achieved that. But
you're mad at the school system.
Right, I'm mad at society.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would get up at 6:10 and then we would leave for school at like 7:20. Do school, school's fun. I run, so I have cross country season until like November and then track season starts in like January. Like I pretty much like, I have an off season, but pretty much I have running practice after school every single day. So from that I get home at like 6 and then I would like shower and eat dinner, and so then 8 I would start my homework and then I would do homework until like 11 midnight and then I would get ready for bed for like an hour and then like go to bed at like 1 usually. Wait, this is fun. These are good questions.
Thank you.
I'm intrigued.
I did them at 1 a.m.
I'm just gonna pick a random one. What was the biggest stress related to colleges as a junior?
So as a junior, I think we'll give the excuse that junior year is hard because it's like including college in that hardness of preparing for college, but I would disagree.
Yeah.
Like entirely. Like I really don't think I did many college things.
I did like nothing for
at
college.
all. I mean, I think junior year, like the only college things you can do is like sign up for email. Like representatives come from the colleges and you can go to those meetings even as a junior. Honestly, there's not much you can start doing.
Yeah, there
like,
really isn't.
I feel like everything for college has started the summer after
The summer before senior year is when things start. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the hardest thing for sure and the biggest college stress, I don't know if this counts, but AP classes.
Yeah, like showing a big amount of rigor, having things to build your resume with.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what junior year is.
Yeah, and everyone starts to like pile things onto their plate to fill their resume. No, you didn't do this, but I started standardized testing like
I did not.
like the first month of junior year, and like I've taken the SAT 3 times and the ACT 3 times. Definitely an ACT girly, in case anyone's wondering. I'm not really that stressed about that though.
We're really lucky because pretty much all schools it's optional. There's only one school I'm applying to that still requires it. When schools say their test optional, I really think they are.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it hurts you.
Yeah. Same with submitting your AP scores. It really doesn't matter. You do not have to submit
No,
those.
you do not.
Like,
and also, even if you get 4s or 5s, some schools still don't take those as credits.
it's more about saying you took that class, I think. Like the score doesn't matter at all.
Is junior year as bad as people say it is? Is it harder than sophomore year?
It's for sure harder than sophomore year.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, for sure. The only class I actually spent time on was AP Euro. I did nothing for school. Like,
No, sophomore year, I think, was hard socially. I would say, at least at my school, all the seniors told me sophomore year your friend group's gonna change, and I don't know if that's like a normal thing, but like at my school I could see like everybody shifting. I think it was way more challenging socially than academic wise. Academically, there were just classes that I didn't like. Like you don't have as much control over what classes you take.
that's
so
for
you
sure
kind of
true.
dread going to classes. Whereas
School was less fun.
Whereas a junior, I feel like you get to decide which path you're gonna take more, and it's a lot more fun to go to those classes. So I would say junior year is a lot harder and there's like a lot more expected from you.
I agree. Socially speaking, things changed. My friend group got established sophomore year.
I mean, I think it is as hard as people say
I think so too. I'm proud of how I performed.
Yes.
And like I did so much and I was rewarded. It all paid off. All the work I poured into it paid off at in the moments.
Looking back at it,
I'm like, how did I do that?
How did I do that?
Yeah.
Something my college counselor told me was every year your cumulative average has to go up. And for me, junior year are the best grades I've ever had. And I tell like sophomores that, or like rising juniors that, like it's not like you're gonna fail. Like my grades junior year were the best I've ever had.
Yeah, I think people say it's hard because they try so much harder.
Yes.
And like the people who are already trying try even harder. They'll apply themselves more and like more time goes into it. So worth it.
It is worth it. Putting in the work.
Keep going.
It is actually really worth it in the end. I feel like I never get burned out with school. And honestly, as a junior, there were times where I was like, I cannot study right now. Honestly, wasn't that many times because I picked classes I actually would enjoy.
Yeah.
Picking APs you enjoy is really important too.
Vital.
Like,
vital.
If you aren't interested in that AP class,
get out. It's gonna be miserable. AP Lits was so fun. So fun. AP Chem, y'all. I don't know if anyone took the exam this year. It was so hard. But I loved AP Chem. Like the stuff we were learning was so fun. So like I don't even care. I had a great time.
I think because everybody is realizing it's hard, you can stop anybody in the grade and be like, how are you doing in this class?
Exactly.
You can all kind of
definitely
bond over
lots
that.
of great bonding.
I've seen a lot of people say freshman year they did not try at all and they realize like their grades are bad and they need to like step up. And I think that's also why like junior year gets a bad rap.
Oh wait, this one's fun. Best method to stay organized.
Personally, I have always used like a paper agenda that my school gave me. So like every single day had like the schedule on it, had every class laid out so you could like write down your homework in every class.
Her school like makes an agenda.
Yeah.
It is produced by her school.
This year, I actually completely stopped using it. And it was the first time I ever did.
Did you go digital?
All my teachers were very digital this year.
Okay.
And like every single one of them posted homework every night, and it actually came to the point where like they wouldn't tell you the homework in school. They would just send it out through the website that we like use to see homework and grades and stuff. There was no point in writing in a paper agenda because they wouldn't tell me my homework until they posted it online.
That is a good point. Teachers, like, they expect so much more of you in your year. Like, they just expect you to just know what's going on at all times.
Yeah, you didn't check the website, you didn't do your homework, okay, that's you not taking responsibility kind of thing. I started using my notes app a lot more, so every night I literally would just make a list of the things I do on my notes app. I would just like check them off as I went. I am a bullet journal girl. I currently have been using a bullet journal since 7th grade consistently. I make my spread. That's so impressive.
Yeah, write stuff down, check it off the list. But I have a monthly spread, so I can like plan out all my like big monthly events, and then I have my weekly spreads to do like homework every single day and like things I have to do every single day. Also, I had a little notes section where I like wrote down like some things I was happy about that day. You should stay organized emotionally too. Yeah, Sloan. So I hate this, but I'm really thirsty right now.
Describe your junior year in 3 words.
Oh, this is a good one.
I would say the first word that pops in my brain is chaotic.
Oh, that's a good one. First one that popped into my brain was blur. Like, it was the same day, kind of, over and over again. Because, like, usually I love classes and learning. Felt so lost. I was like, I literally don't look forward to my classes. Like, I don't know what to do. The motivation came back. It's okay, y'all.
There is a weird burnout stage in, like, March.
Burnout! I was burnt out.
I don't know how I got out of my, like, little burnt out stage. I think actually on the weekends doing something that wasn't school related was what like actually helped me. Actually, when was Easter? Because Easter was my burnt out area.
That was April.
That weekend, Monday, Tuesday, I had something crazy due the day I got back, and like one of the days I literally was like, I'm not doing work, like I need to go on a walk.
That's better though. In the long run, if you think about it, that is more helpful than doing the work.
I'd say chaotic. I'd also say like rewarding. It is really rewarding, and you do learn a lot. Like I feel like I walked away with so many new skills that I wouldn't have gotten unless I like actually pushed myself. I actually got rewarded for doing extra work.
Yeah, that's true. Like it was noticeable.
Yeah.
The kids who were putting in blur, I would say eye-opening. I learned a lot, like, socially, because my friend group was established, so I learned a lot about the people around me, and I did a lot, this is sort of random, but I did a lot of Model UN conferences, so I went, like, all over the country and, like, met all these random people, and I learned how to, like, speak to a huge crowd.
I actually felt like I made meaningful connections with teachers. Like, this is the first year where, like, I have, like, actively engaged in classes and, like, wasn't scared to speak up, but, like, advocating. Like, you kind of have to advocate for yourself. Like, you actually have to step up and, like, start doing things like that others aren't going to do for you.
Proactive.
Also, you kind of have to get help.
Oh yeah.
Like, I literally went to tutorial every single day. If you start, like, that connection with your teacher in the beginning of the year, it is so much easier towards the end for them to, like, give you a little bit of leeway.
True,
like,
I would say blur, eye-opening. I know this isn't one word, but running the rat race. Just, like, competitive with myself and my future and what I want to achieve. This is a fun, quick-fire one.
Okay.
How many hours did you study at night?
I'd say 4 or 5.
I would say the same. I'd go from 8 to 11 or 10, like, every night. But then we also have free periods, so, like, I would get, like, an hour in at school. And I got to school early so I could do work. Like, I would get to school an hour early.
This one's funny. Worst habit you picked up as a junior? I got really addicted to coffee. Or, like, not even addicted, I just felt like I needed it towards the end.
So addicted.
I also think it was more of a anticipating the workload kind of thing.
I think it was a good balance because you just got it when you felt like you had a lot of work to do.
It's definitely not the worst habit you can pick up.
I know some people who picked up some bad habits junior year. I mean, a bad habit for me, personally, I have really bad acid reflux.
No, she does.
And you posted this, hot girls have stomach issues. That is me. And, like, whenever I'm stressed, it really...
Yeah. This year I've realized how much anxiety affects actually physically.
My cuticles destroyed.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I always have my nails painted because I do them myself every week. It's a self-care moment. I pick the skin around my nails. It's never been so terrible. So yeah, those are some bad habits. Let's do something a little bit more optimistic. Best thing about junior year, social, academic, anything.
I actually have a lot of pros to junior year that I feel like don't really get talked about. I wouldn't have deleted it.
Oh, neither would I.
I wouldn't redo it, but I actually, like, was pretty happy, I'd say. For me, socially, it was, like, my best year ever. Being able to drive.
So true.
I actually probably hung out with my friends more than I have any other year because we could drive everywhere together. I felt like as an upperclassman, you could, like, go to more games and, like, everybody's a little bit more confident. Like, sure, we're, like, struggling.
Like we said, that's like great bonding. Like, you're all in this together.
Yeah.
Like, you could go up to someone and be like, oh my god, I haven't started that, like, huge thing. I haven't started studying for that huge test. And the person would be like, oh my god, me too.
Because it was so good socially, like, I actually really liked going to school. And I liked going to my classes because I had friends in my classes. And, like, I liked my teachers. Literal only complaint, and the thing that, like, was so bad and why it gets a bad rap is it's just, like, academically hard.
Rigorous.
But, like, and,
you're
like,
seen it as adult.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Everything else for me was, like, great. It was just the academics that were just turned up a little bit.
I have never achieved so much in one year. It was like validation after validation after validation. Like, so many things that I've been doing my whole life finally came to fruition. Like, cross country, we won, and I was actually, like, one of the runners, and so that was, like, started my year off on such a good foot. Model UN was so successful. Like, all the hobbies that you do as underclassmen that kind of seem pointless and stuff, I feel like finally like mean something in junior year.
Wait, what was the question?
The best part of junior year. Wait, how did
we get here?
Let's move on.
Yeah, you get to lead the underclassmen and they look up to you, and you get to be like that person that you wanted to have. Like, I don't understand the whole hierarchy thing.
It annoys me.
I think it's stupid.
My school doesn't really have one, actually, which is...
So those were the best things. What's the worst thing? I feel like we've touched on this.
We have. Should we skip this one? It's academic hard.
Average school night sleep.
Oh girl, we both are not good examples of this.
There's some people who need 8 hours.
I love that for them.
If I don't get my work done, I can't go to sleep. I think it's also a stress thing. So I, like, have to finish my homework, whatever that takes.
It could range from, you know, 6 hours to 2 for Sloan. Not for me.
You were right. You guessed right for me.
I know, because I saw. For me, it was pretty consistently 6 hours. Like, from weekends to normal days to break to now. I get 6 hours pretty much every single night of my life.
It usually was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, Sloan's intense because of her ballet.
I would say 4 a.m.s were very few and far between, but 3 a.m.s were definitely alive and well.
Favorite class you took as a junior, best AP to take. If you are a junior, don't take AP Chem. Don't take AP Chem. First of all, at my school, sophomore year, you have to take chemistry.
Me too. So you might as well do.
You might as well do it
after.
close.
Exactly.
Yeah. That was my thinking. It is the hardest AP exam, like proven, like according to College Board.
I think every single class I actually thoroughly enjoyed, except physics, which hates me to say because I loved my teacher. I really liked my class. And it wasn't insanely hard. I just didn't feel a connection. It felt like a required class, and all my other ones, like I had chosen.
Oh wait, AP Lit. Literally AP Lit, 1000%. Okay, first of all, book list is so good. My teacher was so good. You like analyze poetry and stuff. It's fun. And so there's an open prompt essay at the end, and you can write about any book on the AP list. There's so many books, and I personally didn't even write about that my teacher taught us. I wrote about the Lysistrata. Prompt is about breaking social hierarchy. Lysistrata is about all the women in ancient Greece. Women from Athens and Sparta both banded together and stopped a war. Like, it was so,
oh my god,
so good.
This is so hard for me. I'm a humanities girl.
Same.
All my extra spots, I just handpicked humanities classes. So I took AP Lang-ish. I also handpicked taking honors Holocaust, which is an extra history class.
Oh yeah, you loved that.
It was so good. And then I took world religions, and those were my like humanities classes. I took 4. My favorite class, I can't choose between AP and AP Lang. Like those were like the classes like I put most work towards, and I feel like those were the teachers I was closest to.
Yeah.
Also, the class I think I liked AP better because AP Lang's like rhetorical writing,
point of view, biases.
Yes,
like,
which is interesting and useful. I feel like AP histories are the easiest, maybe.
Agreed.
Choose an AP history to start out with.
Or if you're a STEM girly, do computer science.
Is it better to study late or get a good night's sleep?
Oh, I think we know what you're gonna say.
I like to finish my work, as I said. Any part of the day where I had extra time, I like worked. Sometimes during lunch, my whole friend groups, we would go to the library and work like towards the end of the school year to like give us an extra push. But sometimes towards the end, especially if it was like 3 a.m., I would actually go to bed and I would wake up at 6 instead of 7 and do it in the morning. But if you know you're not gonna wake up, I wouldn't suggest that.
I wouldn't.
We had to switch. I'd say for me, study.
I can function without sleep also. We're both kind of giving the same perspective on this. I would also say study, because one of my biggest regrets is not performing well on a math exam because I chose to sleep. But at the same time, if I stayed up and studied, I don't know if that would have helped me any.
I think it's just, you have to know yourself. You perform okay on less sleep.
For me, it personally depends on the class. I can study history into the wee hours of the morn. Math, it won't work because the only thing you can do to study math is to practice problems, and I will not be able to solve a problem if it's like 2 a.m.
I have a lot of friends who kept saying work smarter, not harder, but like hard work always pays off.
That's so true. You don't know if your little trick is gonna work.
Exactly.
How did you balance school with other things? I have a fun answer for this one.
Go off.
I didn't. Y'all have heard me talk about running and Model UN. Those are the only 2 hobbies I kept up with. I used to be an artist. I used to be a reader. I used to be a German speaker. I would go to German classes. I used to do a lot more community service. I dropped all that.
Yeah.
I did not do that during junior year. Like, I've started to kind of pick that stuff back up, but this summer has also been crazy. So first of all, balancing school, you've got to decide. You can't be all over the place. You got to decide what you want to commit to. I chose Model UN and I chose running. And I committed to those, and they became really rewarding, and school became really rewarding. But balancing school with those things, you gotta have a routine. And I was talking about how every day feels the same. Worked though. Those days worked. You gotta know when is work time. You can't get distracted during your work time.
Sleep was the reward.
Yes.
And sometimes you didn't get it.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you wouldn't get that reward.
Yeah, the 2 things I really picked, which are kind of the 2 things I've always done. Because I've always been like, I dance, and then I added YouTube before sophomore year. So before things got too crazy, I've always been doing YouTube. So like, I didn't like really cut anything out because I've always been doing those 2 things, you know? But I actually added stuff. For me, being overly planned and overly scheduled actually works really well. Like, if I get a week off of dance, you will not catch me studying that much. And it's bad because like keeping that schedule up is really important.
Like, having commitments that force you into a routine is really nice.
Yeah. And also every day, like if you're tired of school, you can go do that hobby. If you're
And
tired of that hobby, you know you're going home and you're studying.
Don't cut out the stuff you love.
No, for real. If I had cut out dance because school was hard, I would have probably done worse. I'm like all schedule.
Schedule.
Like every day I would write out what I had to do.
Yeah.
And then I would like go into little details about what I had to do. I have to have a plan, and like that's what works for me for balancing stuff. I also think you're not gonna get anything done if you're not happy.
That's so
And
true.
all fall semester I did a really good job of doing something every single weekend. And I actually probably went out with my friends once a week, which was really helpful. Spring semester got really hard school-wise, and so then I stopped hanging out with people, which is when I got burnt out. Balance is like severely important. Take a hug or walk,
Hang out with your friends.
hang out with your friends, go scream music.
Yeah.
Finding new ways to study or like new places.
You can drive now.
No,
Take advantage of that. So footnotes, choose stuff you love, find a hobby you love, narrow down your hobbies, at least for me,
Prioritize.
and don't forget about your friends. That's how you balance school.
Yeah.
What to do if you're struggling with a class?
Okay, I think this is the easiest question to answer.
Okay, mukbang. Mukbang.
Once you realize you're struggling literally in the slightest, you have to get help, because if your grades start slipping, at least for me, like everything starts slipping. Like I get into this like routine of like, oh my god, I'm failing. Talk to your teacher. There to help you, but as a junior, they're not gonna reach out to you.
My hardest class last year was math, which is the only class that I was taking that wasn't an AP actually. Yeah, I went to my math teacher every single morning. Went to him so much. He's writing my
Exactly.
rec. It
Yeah.
didn't help because math was also my worst grade. Even though it wasn't my AP, so it wasn't even weighted. Analysis is not pre-calc. I took calculus this year. So annoying.
But now you're taking Calc BC, so like
I'm getting some clout now, so I'm hyped for BC. And I would say go to your teacher. Don't go to tutor. Don't go to your friend.
They're gonna be the ones who are grading the test, helping you, advocating for you.
I was about to say,
in other
they're the ones that care
situations.
about you the most.
Favorite thing to do during study breaks?
I didn't take
See, I didn't take. I did take study breaks. This is also Ava's way to take study breaks.
her really smart friend.
Around 11 o'clock, I would hit this like wall.
Oh my god, I did this.
What I would do is I would set alarms for 10 minutes.
Oh my god, I did this.
This is so dangerous.
This is bad. Like,
No,
it's a good tip. It works. I was a 7-minute girly.
And once I woke up from 10 minutes, I would study for probably like an hour-ish. And then if I got over that, I could keep going for literally ever. Or I would take a 10-minute break, study for like an hour, and then take another 10 minutes. So I think once you're hitting a wall, that's your brain like, hey, you need to go to sleep. So then you're like, okay.
I'm going to bed, so don't worry about it.
These are
Never.
only tips to use if you
Desperate
need
time.
it. A fall semester, I didn't even need to do that.
We're doing
It
that
was
till spring.
once I would take that 10-minute nap, I'd wake up, and I usually caught myself doing this around 1 to 2 a.m. is I would study for 30 minutes and then take a song break. I'd put in my AirPods and listen to one song. But I'm also very musically,
Granted.
yeah. So like music is probably the one thing that can actually change my mood like instantly. But I would put in like a Lizzo song or something really hype, or like a favorite song that I was listening to, and I would get up and I would pretend I was singing it in concert. So I'd have the AirPods in,
Like a dance
like
break.
full blast, yeah, and just dance to it, and you probably look insane, but it works.
If you want to study for 4 hours straight and not even notice, listen to video game soundtracks all the time. Lyricless video game soundtracks, they keep you stimulated and focused without even lyrics distracting you. Oh, this is a good note to end it on. Best skill you required. Why is it worth it?
I feel like I adopted a lot of new writing styles, especially because of AP Lang. So the like rhetorical analysis you learn from that class, it's not just a thesis, it's like a 5-part claim. It's just a lot more in-depth writing. That taught me a lot of like really useful skills, because writing is a thing you need to know how to do. And spring semester we had a required like research essay, which we did for a whole semester. It taught me so much about researching and like organizing my data. Oh my gosh. Also, I found my favorite thing about the writing process, and that is the whole thing written out. Like the first draft is done, you print it out, and you take a red pen and you just like
Oh yeah, edit.
like I actually loved that
No,
process.
I get that. I would say public speaking. Learning how to talk. It's so important to be a good speaker, to be charismatic, to be friendly, be personable. I learned all that from Model UN, so not even school. But if you have any opportunity to do debate, public speaking, Model UN, mock trial, anything like that, do it. It helps so much with life. I just pushed myself, and I feel like I saw how much I could do. That's the best skill I learned.
We always scared this.
It's hard, but
Honestly,
it's worth it.
you'll
It's temporary
only-
GPAs forever. Have fun.
Have fun, because there
also
are
work
there
hard.
are times to have fun, and there
There
are
are.
times to work hard.
You're gonna get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah, we're about to be seniors. We're about to probably go into an even harder time with like college apps.
Yeah, I've heard that's first semester of senior year is harder than junior year.
Yeah, every single thing everything you do is just helping yourself
It's
later
another
on.
step on the process.
It's just kind of like growing pains.
You're
honestly.
building.
'Cause-
Do you want to end it on a random note?
Yeah.
Look at what I did today. I put up my hair with a claw clip and a ponytail.
Also, I think we are kind of the extreme. We both
are.
had hard schedules.
We both
in
go
school
to
and in
very
life.
college-oriented schools.
Yeah.
We both are very committed to our extracurriculars.
And we both don't stop until it's done.
We both don't stop.
So everyone experiences something different.
If you see a question that you want to respond to,
Go
answer
ahead.
yourself.
Yeah, actually, if you
Give advice in this video.
if you've been a junior in the past, leave your own responses to the comments.
like, school is fun for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love going to school. No, I'm that person that's like, get me to school. I want to see my friends. I want to wear my uniform. I want to read English literature and discuss it in seminars. I want to talk about how annoying Daisy is in The Great Gatsby and how she left Gatsby. Nick Carraway,
Nick.
you have some things you're hiding.
More like Nick.
Lie away. But anyway, we wish you the best of luck.
Y'all got this.
We're about to go into a hard year too.
What you put into it is what you get out of it. Outro. Was this video flop?
Footnote.
I love you guys.
And you can take.
You've been coasting? Stop.
I'm so depressed. Like, what's wrong?
I thought I was done with this.
Wait, what was the question?
Well, you will get through it. You're not gonna die. Actually, you could just beat that whole part and then keep the part where I say you need to cut all of this out. But a footnote will do. A footnote.
What was the question?
Why do people do that? If you just like
the
ignore
actual
that,
pain is just mental. The
but
injury.
then you lose your leg.
I didn't fail.
I
Don't
didn't
tell
fail.
colleges
Okay,
that.
yeah,
No,
I
please,
didn't fail that.
please,
Please, guys.